yeah, Kodak Black knew he was a, you know, Hebrew Israelite. Okay. 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment, to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government. Presumptions are they. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. In the NLT, he is especially hard on those who follow their own twisted sexual desire and who despise authority. These people are proud and arrogant, daring even to scoff at supernatural beings without so much as trembling. In the NLT, back in the KJV, verse 11, whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusation against them before the Lord, but these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. In the NLT, these false teachers are like unthinking animals, creatures of instinct, born to be caught and destroyed. They scoff at things they do not understand, and like animals, they will be destroyed. In the KJV, third verse 13, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness as they count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots and blemishes are they are spots, they are, and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings, while they feast with you. So Khan, call La Yahawashi Sham with us. Double honors to the overview like elder apostle slave to be saved. Lord willing, starting with those at the Great Millstone Church, you know, on down to the rest abiding under this doctrine. Shalom to the men here at our congregation, and this truth, giving all diligence, and to the rest, uh, um, if you brothers from the elder brothers, you elder brothers on down to your younger brothers teaching this truth in all true faith and sincerity. Shalom, and to the rest of the believers, the men, women, and children of the Israelite race. All right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Ultimately to the elect, those that will go on to be found to had been of the house of David. So that's what this all comes down to, being of the elect. And pretty much, as you can see, this was the blemish that was being talked about, sporting themselves while they even feast amongst you, which is pretty much the result of this guy Kodak Black here on the right. He went forth and did, the things that you see on the left, and it resulted in, getting out of jail, rapping after he already know the truth, you know. And this is him with a known elder, the priest Kahan, all right, from the Florida area, of the tribe of Levi, just like this guy, Kodak Black. He even know what tribe he was from, and yeah, he played with what, he was exposed to, which was this truth, the calling, and he went forth and he, went back into the world, and, he didn't take heed. He didn't pick up the call. He didn't open the door to Yahawashi when he came and knocked, and it went on for so long of him doing that and going on to do the result of him doing that, the result of him doing that, which is, being a rapper and all that, and dyeing his hair and, etc. That's what he went on to do. And now that finally caught, the Lord done got him shot. he done got shot. The Lord done wounded him. He hasn't died. It hasn't been reported. And this was brought out, I got, whiff of this through the elder apostles. They were speaking on this, on they highways. And pretty much, yeah, this guy, he got shot, man. And that's the time we in. Telling you, Jakes, that pretty much you don't know. I was just doing a lesson on it by the Spirit. Spirit jumped on me and pretty much let it be known that it's a showcase. It's a high level showcase of the non-believers, of the true believers versus the non-believers, currently on display right now with this year known as 2022. Was the year of the turn up, deemed by the elder apostles, which is simply just the spirity seed that's going to be on this year, which is, we know, biblical. It's prophecy. It's going to turn up, man. It's going to get worse. And with that being the case, that being the overtone, if you will, of the spirit of this year, you're going to see a turn up in everything, man. And that particular thing is, the Lord showing, the fake from the real from the fake, Those that's playing with this truth, versus those getting to this truth, The result of playing with this truth versus the result of, giving diligence unto this truth. That's what you're about to see heightened. And this now has been reporting he got shot, man. He got shot. Okay? And I got an article real quick. It's a specific one I want to get that was going into this. I think it's this one. So the Lord was just reserving this dude. So as you can see right here, it says Kodak Black's crew allegedly involved in a shooting outside LA club. And this took place, February 12th. This came out February 12th, 2022, 12:47. You can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up. The next day, man. All right? This nigga get shot. It say Justin Bieber and wife Hailey Bieber were spotted, right, making a hasty exit from the Nice Guy Club after a shooting occurred right outside, allegedly involving rapper Kodak Black. The popular club was hosting a party after the quote-unquote Peaches singer, whoever that is, performance at a Pacific Design Center in celebration of Super Bowl, what's that, 46, okay, or 56? No, that's 46, I believe. Anyway, it says this Sunday, the guest list for the packed party included Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Khloe Kardashian, and Kendall Jenner. So he went back into thinking he went back amongst the lies and the constellation of this world, if you will. It says in the wee hours of Saturday morning, the no-flocking rapper, quote-unquote no-flocking rapper, was outside on the street with fellow performers Gunna and Lil Baby. They were smiling and talking, reports TMZ, quote-unquote, and then a fight broke out. Kodak took a swing at someone, and then ... you hear gunshots. And this is Leonardo DiCaprio right here. Which I said by the Spirit, he a Jake, He in the midst of some shit like this. At the club and shit. But anyway, it says the fight was believed to have started with someone in Kodak Black's entourage, a source told Page 6 exclusively. After others jumped in, shots were fired, and then all hell broke loose. And this is an image of the fight, man. And people sitting here recording this, and in the midst of them recording this, shots get, ring out, man. And the Lord, that was all through the Lord sending them angels out, man. Said the angels was watching this dude, and they ain't bringing no relevant accusations against nothing that anyone's doing. their eyes upon the sinful kingdom, and it's upon those that are that the house of God. That's what judgment is going to begin at. Those that know, that's the first place the Lord is sending death angels to. And that's going to be heightened this year. And the guardian angels too. The house of God, judgment. Those that know this truth. Kodak Black knew this truth. So he's in the midst of this. He was set up to do this. It says Kodak Black was spotted taking a punch during a fight. There you go. It says police say that a total of 10 shots were fired. And unfortunately, supposedly, that's how they look at it. Unfortunately, at least 3 people were either hit or suffered injuries in another way. Quote unquote, one victim sustained injuries to his shoulder, another to the buttocks, and a third was believed to be shot in the leg, the source added. And they say getting shot in the butt is the worst. It says, because all those nerves, it says all were transported to and that's the Heavenly Father's work right there. He wounds, according to Deuteronomy 23rd, the 32nd chapter. It says all were transported to the hospital and thankfully are in stable condition. So yeah, that's basically that, man. This dude, he done got shot. The Lord done caught up with him, man. Why? Because whole time he knew the truth. So you got told that blonde hair ain't the move. This is what happened. He ate the Lord's body and didn't discern it. Straight bug out. Straight bug out. He probably got more tattoos. The Lord sent him up there just to be an example. He sent him up here just to be an example, man. He learned the truth. The Paleo Hebrew behind him, the Yahawah, Priest Kahan. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah 26. And I'm going to start at verse 7. The way of the just is uprightness. Thou most upright. The path of the just. Verse 8, yeah, in the way of thy judgments, O Yahawah, by Sham Yahawashi, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to thy name, and to the remembrance of thee. With my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yeah, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. See? And that's pretty much what the Lord is setting forth to do. This is what he's he's in thought process of doing, okay? And when those to the point where people they're gonna learn judgment, they're gonna learn righteousness when the Lord starts judging people. This is every people gonna learn, man. They're gonna learn the hard way, basically, and that's what he has to do. But that same judgment, which he's gonna bring through, different events like this, is gonna be heightened. It's gonna be through the angels, being there to, do these things, man, from the left hand to the right hand. 1 Peter 4. But this the thing with this judgment that's getting ready to come down upon the earth, and it's coming down, 1 Peter 4:17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. Yahawah, those that know the way of righteousness. You see what I'm saying? That's how it go. It says, and if it first began at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? You see, because amongst us, you got those not obeying what they know to be right. And the way the Lord's going to get people to learn what's right is by what? Bringing judgment. But that way, that method is going to be, acted out upon those that know they Israelites first. And that's why this is a critical year. In the NLT, it says, for the time has come for judgment, and it must begin with God's household. Yahawah Shah's household. He learned the names and everything. Yahawashi Hamashiach. And if judgment begins with us, what terrible fate awaits those who have never obeyed God's good news. Yahawah Shemiel Shai's good news. You see? And that's exactly what you see. You know? And this is one of the judgments. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, what? See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound, see? I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. You see? This is in the NLT. Look now, I myself am he. You see, am he. We can see. It's the same power popping up in the same instances. You know? It's the same events befalling individuals due to the same occurrences, actions. You know? The same demise befalls these individuals that take the same path, man. And it's being heightened, you know? Look now. And that it's a power that claims these particular repercussions, you know? That claims the credit, you know? That says a credit that asks, you know, that tells you to credit him when you see these things. His name is Yahawah, right? It says, look now, I myself am he. There is no other God but me. I am the one who kills and gives life. I am the one who wounds and heals. No one can be rescued from my powerful hand. So there it is, man. The Lord is not playing. If I lift up my hand to heaven in the KJV and say, I live forever. If I wet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies, the adversaries, those that are adverse to him, that know. Even if they don't know, but specifically if they know, and will reward them that hate me. So that's basically that, man. Okay? So this is 2 Peter 2 and 13, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness. You see, as they that count it pleasure to riot in the daytime, as you see, spots, right? They are, and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. You see, while they feast with you. See that? Having eyes full of adultery and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls and having and heart they have exercised with covetous practices. You see, he's working his mind out. He's meditating upon wickedness, man. You know, he's giving thought to vain thoughts, to vanity. He's not giving thought to, you know, man, can't believe I've been lied to, man. I need to get out of this industry. They sold my soul. They're trying to get me to sell my soul. Whatever went down with this dude, man. The sense he did, That's why he got locked up and got out, and he, back like he never left. That's what he went on to do. Curse children. They presented selling his soul to them, man. They presented selling his soul to him. It says, the powers that be of that industry, the fake Jews, Amalek. It says, which have forsaken the right way and are gone astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Basor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness. You see, there it is, man. This is in the NLT. It says, they have wandered off the right road and followed the footsteps of Balaam, son of Beor, who loved to earn money by doing wrong. You see, back in the KJV, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumb ass speaking with man's voice forbade the madness of the prophet. See that? All the signs in the world, man, that this ain't nothing to play with, man. You need to stop what you're doing. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. These are wells without water. These type of people, individuals, clouds, they came into the truth to get the water and never filled up, man. Never got what you really needed out of this, and that's the understanding, man. That Yahawah Shemiel Shai not nothing to play with, man. That you truly need to believe, man. It says clouds that are carried, he jealous. You can't eat at two tables. It says that are carried away with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness, those that were clean escaped from them who live in error. You see, while they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior, Yahawashi HaMashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. So this is his beginning, right? And let's see his end. See that? He escaped and was entangled and brought back into bondage, man, by those that promised him liberty that was actually just the servants of corruptors. They were servants of corruptors themselves. They slaves telling you they can get you free. You know what I'm saying? And not in a way that truly makes you free. Because we're in servitude right now, but ultimately we free. You know, it's a time pending that pretty much this word that we believe in that has now freed our minds up, because you have to become free mentally, spiritually first, right? Eventually, this same word is going to break these chains, man. Break us out this situation. Break us out of this status. Break us out of these things we subjected to. This subjugation in its entirety, man. You know? But he instead of listening to this and the preachers of this, you know, of that, he listened to the servants of corruptors that was promising him, you know, freedom, you know? And he out of there now, man. And now his end has ended in what? Him getting shot, man. So it says what? For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness. And he completely knew. So this is when he started. He's a little younger, you know? You see the paleo on the wall and everything, man. You know? They told him his tribe, you know, by the spirit, he got the breastplate on. He got a breastplate on and everything, man. You know? Zayizah, the Zeets, you know, they call him. He knew. You know? They gave him the word, man. He learned, man. You know, and the priest Kahan, he was talking about this. How he just went AWOL. He knew. This is from his Twitter, Kodak Black, right, 1K, at Kodak Black 1K. I'm glad Donald Trump became the president because we got to destroy before we elevate. Hashtag 400 years of slavery, hashtag 2019, hashtag Levite, hashtag Levite, hashtag buckle up, baby. See? And this is him on the Instagram. Same thing. You know? So he knew. Bunch of bugged out Jakes on here. You know? And then he played with that same knowledge, got locked up, and this how he got out. You know? And now what? And now he's been shot, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, man, this is verse 21. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than, after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. You see that? Man. It says, man, this is in the NLT. If it would be better if they had never known the way of righteousness than to know it and then reject the command they were given to live a holy life. Because see, this don't happen to you when you go into Christianity, because that ain't the truth. This happened to individuals when they get into this power known as Yahawah, because this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the true vibration of the Bible, the God of the Bible you read about, man, and the Son of the God of the Bible you read about, whose name is Yahawashi. You know, being the Son, Yahawah being the Father, the God of the Bible, of the Israelites. You get this knowledge, hey. So this is another example of what the Lord showcasing, you know, the the non-believers versus the true believers, and it's currently on display in 2022. 2022 is a complete showcase of the true believers versus the non-believers, and it's currently on display. You know, said this the day before, did a lesson on this the day before, and this happens the next day. This is in verse 22, and I'll close out. But it has happened unto them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned to his own vomit again, you see, and the sow that was washed to waller in the mire, you see. And this in the NLT. They prove the truth of this proverb. A dog returned to its vomit. A dog turns to its vomit. And another says, a washed pig returns to the mud. You know, who could bring an unclean out of, you know, you can't do it, man. So he was a brute beast that was just made to be taken and destroyed. He was made to get clean, but go get filthy, because that's just his nature at this point, man. Even though he's an Israelite, you're really not an Israelite ultimately, you know, just carnally. So yeah, call la Yahawah, Bashmi al-Shah, Waha, Kodash. And the scriptures say three things my soul hated. I'm gonna grab that real quick. Sirach 25:2. 3 sorts of men my soul hated, and I am greatly offended at their life. That's how the Lord feels. A poor man that is proud. A poor man that is proud. A rich man that is a liar, and an old adulterer that doted. And this is another one. Hold on. This is specifically the one, Salaki. Sirach 26:28. There be 2 things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepared such an one for the sword. Call la Yahawah, Bashmi al-Shah, Wahakudash, Shalom.